and Gio.
BT and Sal.
Evan and Tiki. Keith McPherson, your nighttime host on The Fan.
On The Fan.
On The Fan.
On the Fan.
It's WFAN Daily, hosted by Pete Hoffman.
Well, hello there. Another episode of WFAN Daily with your host, Pete Hoffman. That's right. As the New York Yankees are so close to coming back and making an epic comeback in Toronto, and yet somehow it just they just can't finish it. And it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Let's start from the beginning. Will Warren had absolutely nothing in the first inning, had absolutely nothing going on. He gave up 7 earned runs, and I thought it was going to be clearly Aaron Boone couldn't go to anybody else, so it was just Will Warren who had to wear it on his sleeve, wear it on his back. And he went, and let's be honest, that first inning, giving up 7 earned runs, he could have completely just collapsed the rest of the game, and he didn't. I mean, it wasn't the best outing, but still going from 7 runs in the first inning to only giving up 1 more run in the next 3, you take it. You take what you can get. 99 pitches, you take it. It saved the bullpen a little bit. Aaron Boone knows he's got a rough one right now. Tomorrow, Thursday night, they got, again, it's a 4-game series, so they still got to get another game on Thursday at 7 o'clock. Then they got to fly back to New York to land, who knows, maybe 4 in the morning to then get back to Citi Field and have a 3 o'clock game versus the Mets. This is not a good, simple turnaround for the Yankees here. And the last thing you want to do is just completely tax your bullpen today when you might need them tomorrow. And then who knows what's going to happen Friday. Plus, you have Stroman, I think, on the mound Friday. Friday. And then it's just not a good situation for the Yankees starting pitching. But that being said, Will Warren goes 4 innings deep, so at least he gives you that much. Besides the fact that he gave up 7 runs in the first inning, 8 in total. But the Yankees do something that they haven't really – they've done it. I think they've fought back a few times. They're 0-21 now on games that they were down by 5+ runs. They almost completed the first time a comeback. It was very close. And let's go through the inning where everything all went well for them. Because Jose Barrios, whatever you want to call him, was efficient. He was solid. Again, coming into today, what was his ERA? His ERA was 3.26 coming into today. So he's been efficient. He's had a really good season, and he was doing great through the first 4. Unlike Will Warren, he was doing great through the first 4, and then all of a sudden, that 5th inning just got away from him. But it was a good job because I think it was 5 straight hits. We'll go through it. Dominguez, again, 8-0 at this point in time. So there's nothing going on. Nothing for the Yankees at all. Dominguez, leadoff single. Volpe, a little bloop hit to the outfield. So back-to-back hits. Then you got DJ LeMahieu, who actually gets a single. Nice to see him hit the ball, and Dominguez scores there. Then Ben Rice with a single. So you got four back-to-back hits, and then Aaron Judge with a deep double, which puts it 8-3. And Yankees are in business. There's no outs. Cody Bellinger up, lines out, and then the one guy that we've been waiting for all season long to be healthy, to get in the lineup, it's Giancarlo Stanton. And this guy, as always, comes through. I know at this point in time, it's meaningless. It's 8-3. What does it really mean? But there's 2 runners on. Giancarlo Stanton steps up to the plate and crushes a 3-run home run off of Jose Barrios and puts the game in hand. 8-6. Barrios gets pulled, but that's not it. It's 8-6, top 5. Okay, fine. They fight back a little bit more in the top 6. They get another run. You take it. Guess what, though? Guess what happens? It's Volpe is out to lead the inning off, but LeMahieu walks. Ben Rice doubles, so now it's second and third, and Aaron Judge is up. And what do? They walk Aaron Judge. This is going to be an ongoing thing the rest of the season. Now he's got 21 intentional walks, or 22 intentional walks in the season, one away from tying Mickey Mantle's record for most ever by a New York Yankee in a season. I mean, he's just going to double that. I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to be ridiculous. But Cody Bellinger gets a fielder's choice. He scores in LeMahieu 8-7. Okay, all right. Cutting back. Good job by the defense, or good job by the pitching, the bullpen. What am I talking about? Defense. Good job by the Ian Hamilton coming in, shutting things down. Tim Hill, unfortunately, gives up a run, which is, at that point in time, you're like, oh, it's 8-7. He gives up a home run to Schneider, Davis Schneider, makes it 9-7 in the bottom of the 7th. You're like, damn, is that it? Was that what the Yankees had? And then all of a sudden, and this is what we're talking about here. This is why you're not going to see Aaron Judge get pitched to often anymore. It's just not going to happen. Grisham flies out. He takes over LeMahieu, flies out. Ben Rice walks. What do? They decide to throw to Aaron Judge. Rather than intentionally walk him, they throw to him. And they'll look back at this moment and be like, damn, there's just no point to mess around anymore. Aaron Judge in a pressure situation, in a big spot, you're just going to walk him, because what does he do? You throw it over the plate, he hits a 2-run shot and ties the game up at 9. And that's what makes Aaron Judge special. He doesn't see many pitches anymore, and when he does, he still puts it in play. Aaron Judge on Wednesday night in a game where they were down 8-0, went 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs, a double, a home run, 1 intentional walk, and another walk. He got on base 5 times. 5 times in 6 plate appearances. Guy's amazing. He has hit that Barry Bonds status. He is there. If you're questioning how good he is, he's better than how good you think. That's how good he is right now. He's just unbelievable. And everybody else, Dominguez did get 2 hits out of 5 plate appearances. You had Goldschmidt get 2 hits in 5 plate appearances, but nobody else got on base the way that Judge did. I mean, again, 3 hits plus 2 walks on top of that. Rice got on base. He did get on base 3 times. He got 2 hits and a walk. Stanton had that home run. He walked once, but that's it. Nobody is touching. Nobody's coming close to Aaron Judge. But anyway, Yankees make the comeback. You're in a good situation. And then Devin Williams comes in, and he picks a very bad time to have a bad moment, as he had not given up a run since June 3rd. For the month of June, Devin Williams' ERA was, I believe, 0.93. His whip was around 0.51. He was downright unhittable in June. He picked a bad time to have a bad day. Now, you're not going to put this all on him. You're not going to put this all on Devin Williams. It happens. Bad moments happen. Will Warren gave up 7 runs in the first inning. You can put it all on him if you want to. But Devin Williams did not do his job. And bottom of the 8th comes around. He comes in. He strikes out Jimenez, but then he walks Springer, which is a problem. They give a free pass to Vlad Guerrero Jr. They give that Aaron Judge treatment, which you respect it. Okay, you don't want to get beat by Vlad Guerrero. But then Kirk flies out, and you're like, okay, we're in a good spot. There's 2 outs. And then George Springer scores on a wild pitch. Can't happen. And then Barger with the extra insurance with the single. And then ninth inning, it's amazing because you do get the tying run at the dish. Trent Grisham's, singles, Ben Rice pops up. But if Ben Rice doesn't pop up, if somehow he gets on base, Aaron Judge comes up. And that's what I was dying to see. I was dying to see what the Toronto Blue Jays would have done if Ben Rice found a way to get on base, extend the inning, and get Aaron Judge to the plate. I don't think they would have pitched to him. I think they would have walked him. I'm dying to see what they would have done. At that point in time, it's 11-9. Aaron Judge is the game. If he hits a home run, he's the game-winning run anyway. So what does it make a difference, right? You might as well walk him and put it on somebody else. You put it on Cody Bellinger, who went 1 for 5 today. Wasn't that great? Put it on somebody else. Don't put it on Aaron Judge to do damage, to get a base hit. So, unfortunately, Ben Rice, if you really want to blame somebody, I guess you can blame Ben Rice because he couldn't move the baton to Aaron Judge and give him that moment. The guy that you want up right now at any point in time in the regular season, is Aaron Judge. And my question is, when will this carry into the playoffs? When will this version of Aaron Judge carry into the playoffs? Because he's dynamite. He's everything you want for and more. He's going to win the Triple Crown this year. I mean, now he's, again, Cal Raleigh keeps on hitting home runs. Eventually, I think he's going to peter out because playing the catcher position, I just don't see how he's going to be able to withstand that all season long, carrying, that level of intense position play and then hit as well. He's doing a great job. Nobody's taking it away. He's got 32, 33 home runs right now, whatever it is. He's been mashing the ball. I do think that Judge will surpass him. The RBI total, I think he's going to get up there with. I think he's almost, tied now after today. And the batting average right now, nobody's touching it. Jacob Wilson is actually slowing down a little bit. His ERA, his batting average is going down a bit. And Aaron Judge is back up to 363. So that's going to be an amazing feat when Aaron Judge wins the Triple Crown. No doubt about it, MVP of the season. But it also has to move. Is this his A-Rod year? Is this the year where he can actually put it together and pass it on to the playoffs? Because that's the biggest thing. We all know, and I had this conversation with BT, and I was sarcastic a little bit. I was like, hey, do the Yankees miss Juan Soto? And he said, no, they don't, because look how good Aaron Judge is doing without Juan Soto. You don't need Juan Soto. And the point the question was more about, does the rest of the team miss Juan Soto, not Aaron Judge? Because Aaron Judge can put these numbers up in any uniform. It could be with the Rockies. It could be with the White Sox, the Pirates, the Rays, you name it. The Marlins, the Nationals, you name it. Aaron Judge is the best hitter in baseball. Done. End of story. I don't want to hear the Shohei Ohtani comparison anymore. No. Aaron Judge is the best hitter in baseball and arguably the best player in baseball right now, currently. Because he does play a position out there every day. He's in right field every day. Even Francisco Lindor had a day off today on Wednesday night. Francisco Lindor, on a doubleheader, the second game of the doubleheader, he played DH. He didn't even go out to shortstop. Aaron Judge every day is playing right field. Yes, occasionally they'll give him DH spots, but he's playing a tough position. He's a big guy. He's 6'7", 6'8", whatever it is, and he's 6'6" maybe, and he's out there every day making plays, playing a strong right field, a great right field. He was amazing when he was in center field too, because again, think about how big this guy is, the ground he covers. He is amazing. And I don't want to hear the Shohei Ohtani comparison anymore. Yeah, he could throw a baseball, but he's thrown 4 innings this year. So to me, that's nothing. It's nothing in comparison to what Aaron Judge does on a regular basis. But it's time to see him in the playoffs. That's the one part of Aaron Judge's game that we haven't seen yet. And again, going back to when A-Rod basically carried the team in 2009, now he did need help from Matsui come the World Series. Hideki Matsui was the reason why they won the World Series. But Alex Rodriguez gets a lot of the props going into that season, the entire regular season, and then that playoff run. Alex Rodriguez had a lot of big moments that took him to the World Series. It's Aaron Judge's time. It's time for Aaron Judge, because they're going to be in the playoffs. It's time for him to get into the playoffs and be that guy. Whatever he's doing right now, stick with it and find a way to keep that going throughout the playoffs. And it can't be about the pressure situation. It's got to be about being smart. He very rarely swings at pitches that are down the dirt. He very rarely chases. He's patient. And in the playoffs, he's got to stay that patient. He's got to wait for the one pitch that he can take and put out of the ballpark. That's what he's got to do. And if he can do that, the Yankees will get back to the World Series and maybe even win the freaking thing. Their defense has a lot of question marks, which is an issue on its own. But offensively, you need someone to be able to step up in big spots or step up, period. And Aaron Judge can do that in the regular season. He needs to carry it to the playoffs. Giancarlo Stanton hitting a home run on Wednesday was a big deal too, because you need to see him starting to get his groove back as well. And if those two guys are healthy come playoff time and Stanton is locked in, which he always is for the playoffs, and Judge can transfer his talent and his gifts and put it into the playoffs, I mean, you're at the point where maybe one more addition offensively and you're unstoppable. Bullpen's going to need a little bit more help. Obviously, we talked about the Fernando Cruz injury and obviously the pitching staff. Will Warren, listen, Warren's been up and down all season long. He has some really good games where he gives you double-digit strikeouts, whether it's even 5-6 innings, whatever it is. And he'll shut an offense down, shut an opposition down, but then he'll give up a game where he gives, obviously this is a little bit more of the outlier where he's given up 8 runs in a game, but he did another time versus the Dodgers. He gave up 7 runs in an inning and a third. So it's not the first time he's gotten blown up in a game or two. But he's able to strike out opponents, give you some really good, decent outings. Again, he's got about 3 or 4 outings where he's gone about 5+ innings deep and gives up no runs. So he could do that too. He's able to. He's just very hit or miss right now. But again, are you as a Yankee fan looking at Will Warren and saying he's going to give you impactful minutes? Thinking about basketball, impactful innings in the playoffs? Probably not. Maybe he does go to the bullpen. Maybe that's something that they think about doing, is putting Will Warren in the bullpen just to add another arm over there. But it's going to be Fried, Rodon. When Heel comes back, that's somebody that you're going to rely upon. And probably Clark Schmidt if you're going to go 4 deep. Those are going to be the 4 guys, unless somehow they make some other random trade. But those are going to be your arms in the rotation come playoff time. Everybody else, either they're not going to be on the playoff roster, or they're going to be in the bullpen. Now, a couple quick notes. The Mets obviously split the doubleheader. Not obviously. I don't know if you're watching the Mets, but they did split the doubleheader, and it was good. Nimmo with a grand slam home run off the young kid, the kid that everyone's been dying over in Milwaukee. Grand slam off of him, and then Francisco Lindor, who was just named the starting shortstop for the NL in the All-Star game, went back-to-back with Brendan Nimmo. So that was nice to see that both of them hit the ball, especially off this kid, Mizowski, who is just ridiculous. Everyone's just, he's the new Crave right now. He's the new Paul Skeens. Everyone's in love with this kid. And the Mets were able to put up 5 runs in the first couple innings, which was nice to see. But it got a little dangerous, got a little dicey. They cut the lead 5-3, but then the Mets were able to tally on a couple more runs, make it 7-3, and that was good enough for the win. Blade Tidwell, Brazban started the game, was the opener. Tidwell went in the 6th, got a little deep, got deeper than maybe some people expected. Again, it was a solid start or solid outing by Tidwell. I still want to see that guy Jonah Tong come up here, or somebody else, Nolan McLean, come up here, because I think they have more to offer and they're more exciting. They got better stuff. Blade Tidwell, though, gets his first career win. Congratulations. And the Mets split the doubleheader and are back to 11 games over 500. So that's a good thing. And then finally, the New York Knicks seem like they've made the decision and are working out a contract with Mike Brown. And to me, there's one of two things that are going to happen here. It's probably going to be a terrible setback for the Knicks. And on top of that, there's the opportunity or the idea that maybe LeBron James does come and follow Mike Brown, because Mike Brown's the guy. You hear all the rumors in LA that LeBron James is trying to get out of there, right? They got Luka. They're basically using, I saw this quote somewhere, they're basically viewing LeBron James as a walk year. So at this point in time, he's basically trade bait. You know, they're giving up on the contract and they're just trying to get rid of him, see what they can get back. And he makes a ton of money, and you got a lot of big contracts on the Knicks, so you can do a fair swap somewhere and make that happen. I don't like Mike Brown because I don't think, and maybe just because I'm still sore about Tom Thibodeau, but you don't fire a coach who got you further and further every year with the new team basically that he was given in this past season, got you to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then rather than try to give him another year to get to the next level, you say, see you later, let me bring in somebody else who's going to get us there, especially a guy who's not a winner. Now, assistant coach-wise, yeah, assistant coach, he's a winner, but he's, as a head coach, has never won jack shit, basically, is what I wanted to say. Trying to be, a little PG, but I'll say it. He hasn't won squat. And that being said, why do you give the position to Mike Brown? You go out of your way to fire Tom Thibodeau. You basically go ask a bunch of head coaches that already have jobs and can't take on the job, are denied from talking to you, or denied from leaving, to then get Mike Brown. It's a head scratcher. This is not a move with real thought. This is, oh crap, we didn't really think this through. What are we going to do? Mike Brown's a veteran. He'll elevate everyone, right? Right? And worst comes to worst, we'll reshift the team a little bit. Maybe we'll bring in another star, because that's what it's going to come down to. It's either going to be the same exact team with some new bench players, which, why didn't you get the better bench players for Thibodeau? That's a different debate. Again, different debate. But you're going to bring in new bench players for Mike Brown to make a little bit more depth, give a little more depth to the team with the same starting five, basically, or you're going to shake up this roster and you're going to move on from whether it's going to be Cat, which I don't think it's going to be, or Hart, or OG, or Bridges. It's going to be one of those three guys or four guys that you're going to be moving on from to bring in another big piece, whether it's going to be LeBron James. Giannis is not moving. I know I've heard mixed messages that they're eyeing Giannis. Giannis is not going anywhere. They just brought Miles Turner. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. LeBron James seems to be the one guy that potentially could still move. Kevin Durant has already got traded. I mean, there's a bunch of moves that already happened. It's basically LeBron James, the final thought process for, and Ben Simmons, if you want to include him. But LeBron James, as far as a big piece goes, is really the last piece that's kind of hanging around. And if the Knicks get him, it's one of those things where I don't want to see it because I can't stand LeBron James. But on the other hand, too, it's don't you want to win? Do the Knicks want to win? Can LeBron James help the Knicks win? I mean, I don't know at this point in time. He was bad last year with the Lakers. The Lakers were bad. He wasn't bad. Can he bring his top-level self to the Lakers? I don't know. I don't know what he's got left in the tank. I just think that Mike Brown was a bad move. If you're going to you might as well just keep on making bad moves overall. If you're going to bring in a bit Mike Brown, which is a bad move, at least bring his boy LeBron James and have somebody for him to work with. Otherwise, and lastly, I've heard a lot about, well, is Rick Brunson going to stay around on the staff? I don't think he is. I truly don't. And I keep on saying this. I think this is just the beginning of the end for the Brunson power play with the New York Knicks. Rick Brunson's going to be cut off of this team. And then once it comes to Jalen Brunson's next contract, they are going to move on from him. I really do feel right now that it's Karl-Anthony Towns' team, and maybe they do make a big splash. I'm not saying they're going to trade Jalen Brunson, but they're going to step away from Brunson's level of comfort. Josh Hart is a comfort level for Jalen Brunson. OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, they seem like their comfort level for Jalen Brunson. And they're going to get rid of, if they're going to bring in a LeBron James, they're going to get rid of one of those pieces, and it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. And then they're slowly going to move on from some of these other pieces that Jalen Brunson had as assets around him. And it's going to be built around Karl-Anthony Towns and the story. And I've heard before, well, they don't always do that because Karl-Anthony Towns makes all the money. It doesn't mean that they have to work around him. But I'm telling you right now, that is the play. Just keep on watching. You will see. All right. Thanks again for listening to another episode of WFAN Daily. That's it for now. I'll be back tomorrow with more. You got a fourth game in this series. It's a potential sweep coming up for the Yankees in Toronto if they can't get their act together and Toronto wins game 4 in this. That's a sweep. That is not good. I believe, if I'm correct right now, the Yankees aren't even in first place anymore in their own division, which is a problem. So the Yankees got to start winning games going into the Subway Series. The Subway Series, which is taking place on Friday at Citi Field, 4th of July weekend, 4th of July on Friday. I mean, you're talking about a bloodbath one way or the other between the Mets and the Yankees. We'll find out which team. This reminds me almost of Jets-Giants from like over a decade ago when Victor Cruz goes for that long touchdown and basically changed the trajectory of the team. Giants go on and win a Super Bowl, and the Jets go on and basically fire coaches, and all hell breaks loose. Anyway, that being said, WFAN Daily, it's Pete Hoffman. Thank you again for listening and watching at Hoff WFAN. If you want more, I will see you guys tomorrow with BT and Sal. And again, another episode of WFAN Daily. Also, there was a Rico Bronya that we did record just a little while ago, too, if you want to go check that out as well. I will see you guys tomorrow. Again, at Hoff WFAN. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you later. Peace.